In this video, we'll be taking a look at two college basketball happening on March 24, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best bet single picks, best bet parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. San Diego State versus Alabama. The Sweet 16 continues on Friday night as the tournament's top seed, Alabama, gets set to battle 5th-seeded San Diego State in Louisville, Kentucky. The Crimson Tide have rolled through the first 2 rounds with relatively easy wins over Texas Agricultural and Mechanical Corpus Christi and Maryland. The Aztecs, meanwhile, head into the Sweet 16 after wins over the College of Charleston and Furman. The Aztecs got through the regular season on a 24-6 overall clip. San Diego State would then take out San Jose State and Utah State in the Mountain West Tournament. In the first round of the national tourney, the Aztecs beat Charleston 63-57. Back on Saturday versus Furman, San Diego State got off to a 39-25 halftime lead. The Aztecs finished strong on a 36-27 run from there and won 75-52. Micah Parrish topped the team on 16 points with 6 rebounds, and Darian Trammell added 13 points as well. Over on the Alabama side, they went 26-5 in the regular season, finishing with a loss to Texas Agricultural and Mechanical. The Tide then beat Mississippi State, Missouri, and Texas Agricultural and Mechanical in the Southeastern Conference Tournament before a first-round victory over Texas Agricultural and Mechanical Corpus Christi. On Saturday in the second-round matchup against Maryland, the Tide were up 28-23 by the break. Alabama kept it going with a 45-28 second half and bagged the victory 73-51. Jalen Quinerly was tops on the team with 22 points, and Charles Bediako doubled on 10 points and 10 boards. San Diego State is 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games and 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 Friday games. The under is 14-3 in San Diego State's last 17 games. Alabama is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 neutral site games. The under is 5-1 in Alabama's last 6 games. The Friday night NCAA tournament slate opens with number 1 Alabama hosting San Diego State. The Aztecs are a number 5 seed and have had relatively quiet wins over Charleston and Furman, while the Crimson Tide have dispatched Texas Agricultural and Mechanical Corpus Christi and Maryland, both handily. The Tide are playing about as well as a team can play at the moment, and I have a hard time betting against them. Alabama is a top 5 defensive team and a top 20 offense to go with it. More than that, the Tide play at one of the fastest tempos in the country, and they are not dependent upon any one player to have a great game. Most of their shots are either around the basket in transition or 3-point shots. They love to shoot threes, and Coach Nate Oates is a believer that this offensive formula is the best way to play the game. San Diego State is entirely different. The Aztecs are a top 5 defensive team, but their offense is one of the slowest in the country. They rank 250th in the nation in terms of pace. Their patient style leads to their defensive efficiency as they force games to be played at their pace, and they defend the entire floor well. In this game, it is their offense that concerns me. The Aztecs have only one player scoring in double figures, and they will struggle to win a game that is played in the high 70s or above, as Alabama most typically plays. I like the Aztecs, but I think this is a bad spot for them. I do not think they will be able to force their pace of play on Alabama, nor do I think they have the offensive firepower to keep pace. I think the Aztecs can protect the basketball well enough to keep this game close, but in the end, I think this is probably a 9 or 10 point game. It is worth noting that this game opened at -6 points, and it almost immediately swelled to -7.5 points. That is probably sharp money, not public money, at least this early. So the Alabama Crimson Tide to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Neither of these two teams is shooting the ball particularly well thus far in the tournament, and that trend will continue in this game. Alabama moves at the 5th fastest pace in the nation on the season, but the team has been consistently playing to the under recently. Alabama is 5-1 to the under in its last 6 games. The Tide has also played under the total in 8 of their last 10 games following an against the spread win. Alabama's length will give San Diego State fits in this game and limit the Aztecs to one-and-done possessions. San Diego State has averaged under 70 points per game in the tournament and played under the total in 14 of its last 17 games. This game should be an Alabama one-sided win, but it will stay under the total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Miami, Florida versus Houston. The Houston Cougars play host to the Miami Hurricanes on Friday night in a Sweet 16 showdown from the T-Mobile Center. The Cougars are the 1 seed in the region, while Hurricanes are the 5 seed, having sprung the upset in the last round. Both teams have had highs and lows over the first 2 rounds, but with them being only 1 win away from the Elite 8, hopes are high heading into the weekend. These two teams haven't squared off lately, and even despite the seed discrepancy, this one could go either way. A meeting against either Xavier or Texas awaits for the winner of this one. Miami is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 NCAA tournament games and 8-3 against the spread in their last 11 games against a team with a winning record, while the over is 4-1 in their last 5 games following an against the spread win. Houston is 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 games overall and 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games following a win, while the under is 4-1 in their last 5 NCAA tournament games. These teams do have a history, having faced each other 14 times in the past, but the last meeting came back in 1971. This season the teams had 2 common opponents in Virginia and Central Florida, with Houston going 1-1 in those games and Miami going 2-0. The Hurricanes were 3-1 straight up versus ranked opponents this season and were 20-14 against the spread for the season, including a 7-1 against the spread record as underdogs. The Cougars went 1-1 versus ranked teams and 19-17 against the spread. Both teams were massive down low in their last games, and that is where this game will truly play out. The Cougars are a bit thicker in the paint, but Miami is not afraid to bang against anyone. They will also cause problems for Houston on the defensive end. Houston has not been shooting well since the regular season ended and has had a couple of scares before turning things on. They will need to fight and claw to advance, and though they might, they won't do so at the point. Miami is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 NCAA tournament games, and Houston is 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games following an against the spread win. I'm not sure the Hurricanes win outright, but this is a lot of points to be giving up a Hurricanes team that's been rolling and has faced their fair share of tough defenses this season. Granted, Houston can be a whole different ball of wax, and the extended break may be good for the Cougars to get Marcus Sasser healthy, but I still think the Hurricanes have what it takes to keep this one close. So the Miami Hurricanes to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Houston is known for the defense but will need to rely on the offense in this one. Miami put up an impressive offensive performance last month, and their ability to hit shots from the perimeter will continue to drive up the scoring in this one. With Houston having to match, as well as having some own talented scorers in their own right, they'll be finding scoring throughout in this one. Additionally, the over is 4-1 for Miami in their last 5 games following an against the spread win. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.